Nicole here with Job Hunt Solutions, and today's video is dedicated to the new grads. So for all of those of you out there who have just finished your degree program, congratulations to you. Now some of you may already have a job lined up, which is fantastic, and a big congratulations as well for that. But there's many of you out there, I'm sure, that are still kind of looking for the next big gig and maybe feeling a lot of pressure for it. So hopefully this video will help. Here are my top 10 tips for those new grads out there on landing your next job. So tip number 1 is you really need to know what it is that you're looking for. Again, if you don't know what you're looking for, how are you ever going to know that you found it? So to do this, you really do need to do a little bit of self-reflection. So think about things that you are good at, so your really good skills, any achievements and accomplishments you've made. So whether that's in school itself or in previous jobs. So if that's summer jobs, or if you are in grad school, maybe a previous career that you would have had. In addition, you want to think about the types of companies that you want to work for. So are you looking to work in a nonprofit organization, a large for-profit organization, maybe a startup? So thinking through that piece as well will also help you when looking at targeting companies to apply to. Tip number 2. So now that you've done this self-reflection and you know what it is that you're looking for, you need to craft a pitch. So right up here, my last video was actually on how to craft an elevator pitch. So you can refer to that. But if you already know how to craft an elevator pitch, fantastic. Use all of this self-reflection that you've done on your skills and expertise and your goals and craft your elevator pitch. Not only will this serve you well when you're networking, but also when you're doing your interviews. Tip number 3 is make sure that you're being proactive when you're doing your research on companies. So it's not just researching organizations, but when you've done the work, as we did in step 1, with thinking through the types of companies you want to work for, create a list of your top 10 companies and consider these to be your target organizations. Tip number 4 is networking, and make sure when you're networking you cast a broad net. You can start with your friends and family, maybe the friends of your family members, friends of your parents, even professors that you may have built really strong relationships with, or former employers from summer employment, or if you are, again, in grad school, a previous career. It's much easier when you're networking if you've already have a well-crafted pitch so that you're able to articulate to your network what it is that you're looking for. Tip number 5 is make sure that you go online. And although a lot of organizations will have presence on Twitter and Facebook, don't ignore LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the largest professional social media site out there. So this is where you can do a great deal of company research and even target individuals within the organization that you might want to speak with or introduce yourself to. Now it's critical though, before you go online, to make sure that you take an inventory and take stock of your current online presence. Make sure that you clean it up, because a lot of times employers will do their research on candidates based on their online presence. So the pictures that you might have of playing beer pong may not be the most appropriate pictures that an employer would see, so make sure that you're cleaning that up. Tip number 6 is make sure that you apply to the right jobs. And what I mean by this is if you already know what it is that you're looking for and the companies that you're targeting, make sure you're applying to the roles that fit your skills and interests. It's important as well to customize your resume for each of the roles. And a final thought on that, don't spam the organization by applying to every single role that they have posted. The recruiters who are receiving the resumes can see exactly how many roles that you've applied to, and for those candidates who've applied to 20 and 30 roles within the organization, the recruiter can see that, and it just screams desperation. So as tempting as it may be, please refrain from that and make sure you are targeting and being very selective on the roles that you apply to. Tip number 7 is the interview. So fingers crossed, here's hoping that with all of your networking efforts and your research that you've done and you're applying to the right jobs, you're actually getting calls for interviews. It is really important in the interview that you present yourself professionally. So not just in your dress, so make sure that you're dressed appropriately, but also that you're not too casual in the interview itself. You still need to use a professional tone and make sure that you're using professional language. Again, previous video that I have, which you can check out right up here, goes through all my tips on how to do well in an interview. Number 8, one thing that I've noticed that doesn't happen a great deal with people who are sort of more new graduates or novices to job searching is that the lack of follow-up. Following up after an interview is a great way to reiterate your expressed interest in the role and in the organization. So make sure that whenever you've conducted an interview or spoken with anybody within an organization that you send your thank you letters and make sure that you follow up. Tip number 9 is use your school's career center. A lot of campus career centers have a wealth of information on different industries or organizations, jobs, and they may even have resources for you for networking, building your resume, follow-up letters, all sorts of wonderful employment resources for you. And it comes out of your tuition fees, so you may as well take advantage of it. And tip number 10 is relax. I know how much pressure there is for new graduates to find that ideal job or a job after they've graduated. But if you don't take the time to relax and really make sure that you have a focused effort, you are going to come across as being someone who is really desperate, and that doesn't present well when it comes time for interviews or doing things like spamming your resume within an organization. It will get overlooked. As the saying goes, slow and steady wins the race. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you found this helpful for all of the new grads out there, or even anybody who might be between successes. I think these tips would still apply. If you have any questions about this or any other topic around employment, please feel free to send me a note. If you'd like to collaborate on a video or have other video ideas, I'd love to hear from you. You can reach me on email, Facebook, link in with me on LinkedIn, or Twitter, whatever works for you. And of course, for personalized advice, make sure you check out my website. I'd be happy to help. And of course, if you like this video, please press like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks again, everybody, for watching, and until next time, happy hunting!